Hello and a very warm welcome. You're watching the Newshour special edition with me, Priya Bahal. The murder of former Maharashtra Minister and prominent NCP leader Baba Siddique is the first high-profile political assassination in nearly 3 decades in Maharashtra. It has sent shockwaves in a city that is considered amongst the safest in India. On a day, it was celebrating victory of good over evil, the Shehra. The Mumbai police are now investigating various angles, including a possible contract killing, business rivalry and threats related to a slum rehabilitation project. 2 people have been nabbed, 2 are still absconding, and a handle claiming to be linked to gangster Lokesh Bishnoi, who is behind bars for over a decade, has claimed responsibility. They have made links to Dawood and Salman Khan in the post that has been put out. This sensational crime in Mumbai, a city that has a notorious history with organized crime, has also sparked political crossfire. While there were the expected attacks on the lack of law and order, it is the attempt to give a communal angle that makes one wonder if justice and safety is really the prime concern for those making these statements. In the murder of a political figure, Asaduddin Owaisi saw a Muslim being targeted. In a case where gangsters and business rivalry is being probed, Kapil Sibal drew parallels with bulldozer action. For a moment, you may not see the logic, but when political statements make little common sense, one can safely assume it is political season.
They allowed their own people to make communal statements. They allowed their own people to threaten people and not to arrest them. So this was bound to happen. You have all these unsocial elements who have taken this opportunity to target Baba Siddique, and unfortunately a Muslim who happened to be part of the ruling alliance has been shot to death.
बाबा सिद्दीकी का तो एक उदाहरण है भैया। नागरिक सुरक्षा का तो महिलाओं की सुरक्षा की भी बात होती है, मतलब कि ये जो एनकाउंटर होते हैं उनकी बात होती है, और ये जो अल्पसंख्यकों के खिलाफ जो हो रहा है उनकी बात होती है, बुलडोजर की बात होती है। जो ट्रेन में बैठा हुआ है किसी को शक हो जाए कि गाय का मीट है तो उसको मारा पीटा जाता है।
सबसे पहले तो फरवरी 2024 में दिन दहाड़े कल्याण पुलिस स्टेशन के अंदर बीजेपी एमएलए और मिंडे सेना के एक वहां के कल्याण के जो चीफ थे उनके बीच में गोलीबारी हुई पुलिस स्टेशन के अंदर। फिर फरवरी 2024 में ही अभिषेक गुसालकर जी, जो हमारी पार्टी के कद्दावर युवा नेता थे, उनकी दिन दहाड़े फेसबुक लाइव में मॉरिस नरोना कहा जाता है कि उन्होंने शूट आउट किया। पिछले 10-12 दिन में करीब 1300 गवर्नमेंट रेजोल्यूशंस निकाले हैं, क्योंकि जानते हैं कि कुछ ही दिनों में आचार संहिता लगेगी, इलेक्शन कमीशन इलेक्शन अनाउंस करेगा। दूसरा सवाल इलेक्शन कमीशन के एक ओवरड्यू इलेक्शन का अनाउंसमेंट करने में उनको इतना समय लग रहा है।
ऐसे नहीं होना चाहिए, इस तरह के वीडियो वायरल नहीं होने चाहिए। इस सबका इफेक्ट होता है और उन्होंने अपना पार्टी चेंज किया। हर किसी को हक है दूसरी पार्टी में, लेकिन किसी की जान नहीं जानता।
All right, joining me on the broadcast to answer multiple questions that have been raised both around the politics as well as crime by this assassination is Advocate Sushil Vyas, who's Shiv Sena spokesperson, Pradeep Bhandari, BJP's national spokesperson. Welcome to the broadcast. Dr. Vikram Singh, former DGP of UP, and also the man who has been closely associated with the Gulshan Kumar murder case, the last time gangsters were ruling the roost in Mumbai. Pranay Ajmera, NCP SP leader, is also with us. Sajid of Shiv Sena UBT is going to be joining us, and Lokesh Jindal, political analyst, is with us. We will get to the communal angle, but one question that has to be answered by the ruling party in Maharashtra is, how can you call the opposition questioning a crime taking place, such a brazen crime, politicization? We'll go to Pradeep Bhandari first and then Shiv Sena Shinde.
Good evening to the viewers of Times Now. First of all, we are absolutely saddened at the demise of Baba Siddique and the way he was killed, and the police is investigating it. The intent of the government is very clear, Priya, from the fact that within minutes we've nabbed 2 accused. In fact, the 4th accused has also been nabbed. The questions are legitimate. However, the bites which were placed on Times Now, if you observe the consistency in all the messaging of the bites, they spoke less about Baba Siddique. They were more worried about the election commission. They were more worried about a Muslim being killed rather than the law and order situation. This is where we question the intent of the opposition's criticism. Yes, they can question us, absolutely not. Why they should question us. But it is coming from a party or from a ruling, from an establishment which was known for planting bombs outside the houses of the industrialist, which was known for running a 100 crore Vasuli gate in Maharashtra. Yes, what has happened, there has definitely been a lapse and we will fix the lapse. That's what the Deputy Chief Minister has said it. However, if the opposition is, rather than pointing at the lapse, it is focused on the upcoming elections and trying to score certain political brownie points. This is where we charge that the criticism of the government in this case is largely political, not legitimate.
Okay, we'll get into Sushil Vyas as well, but sir, I would like to play out a bite that was given by somebody from your party. Sanjay Nirupam had this to say when he was asked about what had happened and who is to blame. Listen in.
ऑपोजिशन बोल रहा है बहुत हो रहा है ऐसा
बिल्कुल हो रहा है और इसको लेकर के हम चिंतित हैं लेकिन ऐसा तो नहीं कि मुंबई में पहले कभी गोली नहीं चली गोली नहीं चलनी चाहिए अपराध नहीं होना चाहिए अपराधियों को नियंत्रण में रखना चाहिए और यही मुंबई पुलिस यही सरकार है जिसने मुंबई से गैंगवार खत्म किया सारे गैंगस्टर खत्म हो गए
सुशील व्यास हुआ तो हुआ टाइप का नहीं लगता ये स्टेटमेंट पहले भी चली हैं गोलियां तो एक बार और चल गई Is that justified? It does this behove of a member of a ruling party to say something like this?
With respect to Sanjay Nirupam ji, that he's a senior leader. What views he has expressed, that his own personal views. But as Pradeep Bhandari ji said, this is an unfortunate incident which has took place yesterday night, and we condemn. And it's unfortunate also that our opposition parties, in spite of the fast action which the Mumbai police and the Maharashtra government has taken in this regard for the investigation and arresting the people and for a formation of the 15 different teams to found out 2 absconding accused person. It's very unfortunate that few people are there just trying to score political number game on this unfortunate incidents. In fact, this is the time to all collectively we must, irrespective of party affiliation, intercept how we can stop this, how this thing should not happen again, and we will see that the culprits, as Chief Minister went on record saying that publicly, that whosoever is involved in this, the culprit will be taken to the task and the strictest possible action under the Indian laws will be taken against them as early as possible requires to be. The case will be referred to fast track court.
Okay. Now, let's come to the other aspect. Now that we've got the probe aspect out of the way, I will give other guests an opportunity to respond on that issue as well. But Lokesh Jindal, tell me this. When AIMIM's leader says that it is about a Muslim who has been targeted, who has been killed because communal statements are allowed to be made, do you think an answer like that, a statement like that in sensitive times like these is justified in any way?
Well, there are lots of angles to this tragedy that has occurred. The first angle has been what was the intent with which this act was given effect to. Was the intent some form of a revenge? Was there personal animosity? And these are certain angles that the police is probing.
And communal angle is not one of the angles that DCP Crime Mumbai said that was being probed. It's not. But the message
that such incidents in the present circumstances is sending out is something that we are getting from various political heads. What we are seeing today is there has been a trend so as to target certain section of population, number one. There has been a trend towards intolerance, number two. There is a trend towards maladministration, lawlessness, and some form of a cordial acceptance. Ki hua to hua. Now, whether it is custodial deaths, whether it is encounters, whether it is some form of killing of high-profile individuals, we see there is no form of corrective measures and some form of mitigation measures that are being taken. Days pass by and jaisa chal raha hai, use chalne do is a culture that we have somewhat accepted this as some form of a norm. Now this must stop over here.
On what basis are you calling it targeting of a particular category of people?
Now, if at all we have former ministers, people who are at the helm of political power, not safe. We have actors out of whose home there is shooting taking place. We have businessmen. We have industrialists not feeling safe in the country.
So you do not agree with Asaduddin Owaisi narrowing down that list to just a Muslim person being targeted, right?
His narrowing down is something that is limited. But then we
cannot
discard it out completely. We need to also consider his angle along with other angles, other important issues.
But on what basis, sir? That's what we are trying to understand. On what basis? When Mumbai police does not consider it an angle worth exploring, they are exploring business rivalry, they are exploring political rivalry, they are exploring whether it could be a land deal gone wrong or a gangster behind it. They are not exploring communal angle. On what basis is Asaduddin Owaisi saying it and you are willing to believe him?
We must not rule out any possibility at this particular stage, any theory which tends to rule out any angle. So it is better that we must consider every input that we get from any section of people, any form of a perceiving of this particular incident, and let the probe takes place. But the whole point is whatever is happening today is something that is not acceptable and the government has to take responsibility of it.
All right, Pradeep Bhandari, why rule out a communal angle?
Because the police, in fact, neither the family has spoken about the communal angle, neither any relative has spoken about the communal angle, neither the police in its official press conference has spoken about the communal angle. The police is investigating a possible Lawrence Bishnoi angle, but the police is not investigating the communal angle. Nobody sees the communal angle except Asaduddin Owaisi, and I'll tell you why. If you remember, few hours back, Asaduddin Owaisi asked the Congress party to do an alliance with them in Maharashtra. Do you not believe that there is a correlation between Asaduddin Owaisi's statement today, where he is looking at the religion of the in the entire case? And let me draw your attention to what happened 24 hours back in Karnataka. It was Congress party which removed cases against AIMM leaders who were accused of rioting, accused of attempting to lynch policemen in Hubli. And today Mr. Siddaramaiah in Karnataka calls that a false and a fabricated case. So on one hand in Karnataka you have Mr. Congress party helping the AIMIM. Here the AIMM talking about the communal angle so that they can consolidate their vote bank. Please look at all their statements. In fact, Mr. Asaduddin Owaisi has not even spoken more about Baba Siddique. He is speaking more about the communal angle to it. And let me draw your attention to what happened sometime back in Karnataka. In Karnataka, if you observe very, very clearly, the AIMM and Congress were not ever in alliance. But the Congress party decides to remove their cases. How can all this be a coincidence? That is my question. Are we saying that the culprit should not be punished? Yes, it should be punished. Are we saying that the lapse did not happen? No, we said that there is a lapse and we are investigating it. So the government is absolutely cognizant about it. We are not going away from our responsibility. That's why we formed 15 teams. So please question us, but do not take out certain political brownie points ahead of Maharashtra elections. In fact, Priyanka Chaturvedi was more focused on asking Election Commission when will the election dates be announced, rather than asking who was the main accused behind Baba Siddique's murder.
Sajid sir, would you like to respond to that?
Of course I would like to respond.
Justice is not the focus.
The main issue over here is not who has killed and how it has been, whether it is a personal or a political agenda behind the murder. But very sad, the state is really going very bad. There is no law and order anymore in our state. It is going haywire. They are not able to handle the Home Minister, the Chief Minister, even the central government. All are failures. This shows that failure of intelligence. This shows failure of law and order. Just three guys who are just what age you see, they are not hardcore criminals. They have been hired to murder a very influential, high security political person. You can imagine what our situation today of our state is. Such a VIP is not safe. What will be a common man safe in our state, our city? It is a shame. The state government has to immediately just give up and tell everybody that and they should accept their failure. That yes, we have failed in our country, in our state, in our city. It is a very, very sad affair. Today, a person who has families are really being targeted. And this is really a very sorry and sad state for our Maharashtra, our India, and our Mumbai city.
Yes.
What is happening? This city is
all that is
becoming...
fine. One minor correction, just to set the record straight. He did not have Y security. He had an uncategorized security. He had 3 security personnel, but it wasn't Y category security.
Whatever. They were going to provide. They were going to provide. I had heard. I just read in the media also somewhere.
Sir, I'm just quoting the Mumbai DCP of crime over there, but it doesn't matter because he had security personnel and Pradeep Bhandari, which is why the question of intelligence failure over there. And Jitendra Awad of NCP SP is only saying that in Mumbai, because cops work at the behest of politicians, I don't know what kind of conspiracy theory is he hinting at.
Well, Mr. Awad is talking about when Sharad Pawar was the chief minister and a Vora committee had come out, and the Vora committee categorically spoke about a syndicate between government functionaries, political leaders and other mafias where Memon brothers and Dawood Ibrahim and other activity used to go on. This is Vora committee in public domain, and that is at the time of when Mr. Sharad Pawar was at the helm of affairs. So he was referring to Mr. Sharad Pawar's governance. On this part, why do I believe that the situation in Maharashtra is definitely better? Because remember what happened at the time of MVA government. At the time of the MVA government, you had the Home Minister who was responsible for running 100 crore Vasuli racket. The police, who at the instruction of the politician, was planting bomb outside industrialist house. Are you telling me that the situation today is not better? It is definitely better. But what has happened with Baba Siddique is extremely saddening, and we are ensuring that the lapse is corrected. But why is he politicizing it ahead of Maharashtra elections? I do not understand that.
Daylight murders are happening.
Sir, you ran 100 crore Vasuli racket. Your Home Minister spent 1 year in jail. You had policemen murdering Mansukh Hiren.
You give up.
Listen to Parambir Singh's interview a week back given to Times Network and other networks.
Your failures, please.
We are not involved in any political sanction of policemen going to industrialist house to plant bombs. Don't do this. Don't politicize it. Speak about Baba Siddique.
Uddhav Thackeray's time, there was not a single crime reported. Do you know that?
Sir, what are you saying? In 2021, as per the NCRB data, Maharashtra featured highest in the number of IPSC crimes. That is also at the time of COVID. The total crimes have come down. But I don't want to go on to statistics because it's not that day for it. I understand it's my government's responsibility to fix it, and we will fix it. But don't politicize it. You ran 100 crore Vasuli racket in Maharashtra.
You ask anybody.
Yes, I'm asking anybody and everybody, and they are telling me the same thing, that we are running a better government than yours.
Pranay Ajmera, since you are from the Sharad Pawar party, would you like to respond to the allegations that have been made?
Definitely, ma'am. I would like to contribute a comment on this, but not actually on the divergent tactics of Mr. Pradeep Bhandari. Since we are not here to discuss past, but we are here to discuss what has recently happened and transpired. Ma'am, Maharashtra today has become a den of criminals. Every other day we are going to witness some or the other kind of heinous crimes happening in each and in every nook and corner of the state. Whether it is Pune, whether it is Mumbai, whether it is Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar, whether it is Nashik, whether it is Nagpur. Everywhere you can see number of rapes, number of murders, Koita gang operating in Pune, road rages, road accidents, start pulling down the people, and what is happening in Maharashtra. The point is, people with criminal mindsets have become emboldened in the state of Maharashtra because they are of the view that whatever you do will go scot-free, or there is someone who will save you.
So is your objection limited to criminal mindsets, or is it also like what Asaduddin says, communal mindset?
Let me complete, ma'am. There is utter failure on part of the government in controlling the crime in the state. Ma'am, we have Makoka law in Maharashtra. That stands for Maharashtra Control of Organized Criminal Activities. These criminals had got their gun 15 to 17 days back and was doing recce on Baba Siddique ji for the last many days. But no one reported that. And today we are discussing this topic after the person has been brutally killed. This is not something expected. If the agencies had worked out time, if the police department and in the ministry has worked in a desirable way, I feel Baba Siddique ji sir would have been here with us.
Sir, which is why I started with those questions. But my question right now is different. You said it is about criminal mindset dominating. I'm asking you, do you agree with who could possibly your an ally? He has sent you a letter. Congress has responded officially saying they haven't seen it. I haven't heard or read anything from NCP SP. Asaduddin Owaisi saying a Muslim man has been targeted. This has happened because the government shields communal mindset. Do you you agree? Do you disagree?
I really don't have any view to offer on this, since this is the personal opinion of Mr. Asaduddin Owaisi. As far as my party is concerned, none of my senior leaders has commented in that context. Of course, we criticize severely to the diminishing law and order condition in the state. But as far as the communal angle is concerned, we really don't have anything to offer right now. What we personally believe is the investigation is under process. Today only the police has got the custody of those criminals. Let police take, let the investigation proceed. Let truth come out, and then we will be able, we will be in a better position to contribute our comment in that particular context. As far as our present stand on this incident is concerned,
that's quite appreciable. Lokesh Jindal, would you like to revise your stand now? That's quite considered of Mr. Pranay to say.
No, ma'am. My mind about the.
No, I'm asking Mr. Lokesh Jindal, from your prospective ally to your existing ally.
Please come again.
Sir, I was saying that since Pranay Ajmera, who's an NCP SP leader, a party that is in alliance with the Congress in Maharashtra, says that they don't think that they should jump the gun by speaking on the communal aspect, do you think you would like to revise your stand?
No, what I would say over here is, now this particular incident is being looked at by different set of people via different angles. If a certain section of population looks at it as some form of a killing that had communal fervor.
There is no certain section of population, sir. There is one person, Asaduddin Owaisi, there is another person, Kapil Sibal. Have you heard of anybody, have you heard anybody else?
Asaduddin Owaisi is a representative of the people, and if at all he expresses his views, you cannot rule him out completely, that whatever this person says is something which is not to be considered at all. What I would say over here is, if there are certain aspects being raised by certain people who are representatives, who are lawyers, illuminaries, intelligentsia, civil society,
irrespective of how baseless they are,
every angle must be probed into. Every angle.
Sir, who decides every angle?
The police must look.
They have decided their angles.
From all angles.
Okay.
I have just a 10 seconds question, Mr. Lokesh. Priya, this is a very sensitive time. My question to Mr. Lokesh is, if Mr. Asaduddin Owaisi has made a communal charge, what were the facts in front of him, or was he privy to certain facts based on which he made that charge? And if he was privy to certain facts, did he share it with the police force in Maharashtra police and Mumbai police? No, he did not do it. So how could you make a communal charge at the drop of the hat because you want to communalize it? No responsible public representative will do it from any party. Please look at it. This is where I'm saying their intent is political vote bank. Their intent is not sympathy for Baba Siddique. Even Lokesh made an outlandish statement that the community believes it. Please tell me, where did the members from Muslim community believe that Baba Siddique was targeted for being a Muslim in Maharashtra? Why is he doing it?
One of the four accused is
and
Mohammed
in fact, Makoka is on Lawrence Brothers.
Yeah.
Why is he trying to take forward the communal charge?
Zishan Akhtar is one of the four accused. Who is targeting who, I don't understand. But I'll let the politicians respond. But Dr. Vikram Singh has been very patiently waiting. Sir, tell us how, as somebody who's first-hand seen the perils of what happens when anti-social elements take over, how irresponsible are these statements?
I take you back to Mr. Pradeep Bhandari's NN Vora committee report. It is very exhaustive, and it has recommended and has come to the conclusion the nexus between the bureaucrats, mafia, businessmen, and the underworld. Then this nexus is the ugly cancer of society, and that is why acts like the UP Gujkoka, Makoka, and other such acts came about. But they are not implemented very faithfully. And to say that these things operate in vacuum and these people descend from the heavens, no. They have a support system. If somebody sitting in Gujarat jail for the last decade and yet has the capacity to get and organize these kind of killing, the Afghan gym owner in Delhi, Siddhe Moosewala in Punjab, and now Baba Siddique in Bandra, Mumbai, then obviously it's a cause of very great concern. The police have been caught on the wrong foot, and there are horrible fault lines in the policing. The fact that they were carrying 9mm weapons, the cost of which in the underworld, in the underground market, would be something around 10 lakhs. And they fired, you know why? 9mm is such a deadly weapon that even if it is shot at a non-vital part, the person will die of hemorrhage. You don't have to hit the vital part. And such dangerous people moving around, and we are just curious about who's moving around who. Then the threat perception of the deceased, he expressed danger to his life, and just 2 constables given. Don't you think we could have done better and to raise the security cover? Well, it is so easy to sit in judgment after the incident has happened. We could have done much, much more. But the fact that the security, if it is not invincible, if it is not fail-proof and foolproof, it is no security at all. We have already incurred a very heavy loss and the loss of face also. Now, the least we can do now is to... Yes, please.
Yes, and which is why there is no reason to dilute the focus over here. Nobody is saying give a clean sheet to the parties in power on the law and order and the lapses, which is why there is an investigation taking place. But I have just 1 minute left. Sajid and Pranay, you are raising your hands. Last 20 seconds, please. Sajid first.
Priyaji.
Simply, the thing is, I have always pointed out, no angle should not be explored. Every angle should be explored. There could be any reason. There could be reason to show power, to grab the opportunity of that. We are managing. Nobody can voice their opinion. Now, this leader who was earlier with Congress, he went to NCP, Ajit Pawar. We know that he has gone to a rival party, but on humanitarian grounds, we also visited. I myself went and visited Baba Siddique's funeral, and just come from there, I noticed one thing today, that we are failures. We are failures. Our state government is failure.
All the more
in
reason
this state,
that you should denounce people who are trying to take focus away from the law and order issue, where it should be. Pranay, last 10 seconds, and unfortunately, I will have to wrap up after that.
Yes, thank you. Priyaji, the BJP people are confused. Initially, they blamed us for politicizing the issue. Now they blame us for communalizing the issue. The real fact is they don't have anything to say on the condition of crimes in Maharashtra. And that is why they are shifting one point to another.
We are not,
just to divert the topic.
Their alliance partner has made a communal statement. Please question us. Please question us on facts, but don't make a communal statement at this sensitive hour. He was our leader.
A man who was a towering leader in Maharashtra has lost his life, and everybody's focus has to be on how such incidents can be avoided in future, because it reminds of very, very dark days that Mumbai has seen. Nobody ever would want those times to be repeated again. Unfortunately, politics sometimes takes over other priorities. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining me. And as we wrap up this broadcast, the visuals on your screen right now are of the last journey of Baba Siddique, as his body, his mortal remains are being taken for the last rites. He will be buried in some time from now. Our thoughts and prayers with his soul.